too much, and he probably realised that, so he just wanted to make fair again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alain continue. They've been running in second place for a while now. It's good to see them up there.
And Alain is lapping in a 30.2, as AC Milan is lapping in a 29.6. That was on the last lap, which means AC Milan is coming back, but not drastically.
Up the hill and into 13 goes Alain. Great onboard shots there. Fighting the cars now as the tyres start to go off in the hot sunshine of Portugal. It's been a beautiful day here. Great track for racing. And Super League Formula has certainly made its presence felt here in Portugal, well and truly. Sadly, FC Porto weren't able to do the business. Now, interesting enough, team manager car 22 has to go to race control. That, of course, AS Roma and Basel are off.
Yep, Basel was in 12th position, and they probably had an engine problem.
Yeah, looks like it. Certainly it was a mechanical problem.
Yeah, it was indeed. As we just saw Tottenham, and Tottenham is actually currently running in 13th position.
Well, it's been a good outing for him. Well, a race that's had everything, that's for sure. And one thing is for sure, Dortmund, BVB, Borussia Dortmund of Germany, and Enrico Tocacello are well ahead. 8.2 seconds the gap between first and second place, and this is a walk in the park or on the beach here in Estoril for this man Tocacello.
Yes.
Nothing behind him.
He has a 8 seconds lead. He's not extending his lead. He had a 10-second lead before the pit stop, now 8.5 seconds, so he's actually managing the race now and controlling it.
10 minutes to go plus the one lap. The average of 50-minute race. And Dortmund, who started the weekend down in 13th position. And this will move them up the board somewhat.
That's good. Olympiacos coming back on Galatasaray. 29.9 for Galatasaray, 29.2 for Olympiacos.
The Greeks and the Turks going at it.
That's going to be a great battle because Olympiacos is quicker, but Galatasaray is in front.
So then, a race that had everything right from the start, right from the roll-up, in fact, with Beijing starting from the pit lane, don't forget. So really impressive to see Guan in 6th position, given that they started from the pit lane. More yellow flags as they try to get rid of Wiesel's car. You see Basel being dragged away, quite literally. And this battle between Galatasaray and Olympiacos continues. Points forecast here, 268 to go on, 233 to Liverpool. So Liverpool will stay just 12 points behind. Eindhoven will stay in 3rd place, but they will be 20 points adrift. And AC Milan are the big movers. 211. They move up to 4th place if it stays this way, having started the day in 10th. So excellent stuff by Robert Dornbos. They should be buying the drinks. Well, not everybody should be buying drinks for them, I think. Good job by them and their team.
And we see Tocacello, and we could see at the back of the screen Alain coming back a little bit. Tocacello didn't do a good last lap. He lapped in 1:31.1, which was 1 second slower than Alain. That's interesting. Maybe the tire is going off a little bit. And okay, Olympiacos aren't there anymore.
Galatasaray at 1:30.3.
And there is no more Olympiacos car behind Galatasaray, and I can't see them on the classification screen
so
either.
The battle that was going on has gone. We're looking at Galatasaray, and their opponents have disappeared. So we'll find out what's happened there.
So now he's all safe. What a shame. We had a great battle going on, the two cars.
Yeah, Olympiacos just suddenly disappeared, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, there they are in the pits. It's all over for Casper Anderson. It's the end of the day. So, on to Vellelunga next for him and the rest of the teams. That's where the penultimate round will be. And then the final hurrah will be at Jerez.
Well, it's a frustrating weekend for Olympiacos because they were very competitive from the start of the weekend, very fast in the practice, went into the semi-finals. Real shame. Didn't have neither a first good race nor a second good race. It's not good for them.
So after 24 laps, Dortmund have effectively redeemed themselves. They were the ones that caused the accident in the first race, which put them out, and they scored next to nothing. But now they're going to score 50 points for winning the reverse grid race 2, and that's the beauty of Super League. You get another fight at it if you get it wrong in the first race. And Dortmund will march forward. LAN have had a good weekend. They finished second in this one by the looks of things, if it all holds out together. And Zagspeed watching on.
Very good race from the Corinthians as well, because they overtook Sevilla.
Much better by the Brazilians, yep.
Yeah, with Beijing, and they overtook Beijing as well. So the Corinthians are now running in 5th position. He finished 4th in the first race this morning. So overall, it's a very good performance from Pizzoni.
Well, Antonio Pizzoni has definitely breathed new lifeblood into the Corinthians' efforts, and it's great that he's a Brazilian driver. I think the fans in Brazil will really get behind this effort now. On board with Dortmund and Enrico Toccacello. He's won in A1. In fact, the last time he drove this circuit was in A1 for Italy, so he knows it well. Finished 7th that time out in 2005.
And Enrico, the previous lap was 1 second slower than Alain in Milan, but this last lap was actually nearly 2 seconds slower than Milan and Alain, and his lead has melted to only 5 seconds as he was leading by 10 seconds, and there are again 5 minutes to go plus 1 lap.
There is Corinthians. Ooh. Blast of smoke out the back there. That doesn't look healthy. Let's have a look at him again as he passes our commentary position. He looks okay. He's got Beijing behind him. LAN, last lap by Dortmund, a 1:31.8, the gap between themselves, and LAN 1.9 as we come down to the last 5 minutes.
Alain is only 3.8 seconds behind Dortmund. Dortmund had a 10 seconds lead, and now it's completely melted to 4 seconds. What's going on with Dortmund? We have Dortmund now on the screen, and you can see Alain and AC Milan coming back.
Could Toccacello have some sort of shifting problem? Could he be missing a gear?
Well, difficult to say. Maybe he lost. It's hard to say.
To be fair, his last lap was a 1:31.8. Wasn't that slow?
Well, Alain was a 1:29.9, so it's two seconds difference. Difficult to say.
So interesting times with less than 4.5 minutes to go. On board with second placed Alain. You can see man in front of him, just in the distance, going through 15, and they'll both head out of 16 and onto the main straight fairly soon. You're right, LAN has caught up leaps and bounds. As we come out of the last corner again, Dortmund are in trouble. They are slowing dramatically by the looks of things. Here we come. Dortmund do a 1:32.8, and here come LAN.
1:32.8, it's a disaster. That's 2.5 seconds slower.
Well, Dortmund looked as though they got this in the bag, and they've taken 2.5 seconds out of them dramatically. Corinthians going through, Beijing going through. Well, we are going to have a fascinating finish to this with 3 minutes and 1 lap to go.
Only 1.2 seconds gap between the leader, the second car, and another just 1 second for AC Milan behind the line.
Well, what a